This plant is Pittosporum tenuifolium Irene Patterson, and I'm showing you a 3-year-old plant. I have only known about this plant for 3 years, and they're not super available in nurseries in our area yet. I think it's been introduced from New Zealand, I think. And so let me show you what I like about this. So it seems to be one of the shorter varieties. I think 10 feet plus or minus is where it's going to cap out size-wise, and probably 6 to 8 feet wide. But again, I can't say that yet because I haven't seen mature ones yet to know, and that's just what I found on the internet. What's neat about this plant is the new foliage, when it matures, you see this interesting variegation. It looks almost like it's been speckled with white paint, and in full sun, this is a really striking look. Now you can see these new leaves coming out. They just look like regular green tenuifolium leaves, but then as they mature a bit, you get that white speckling on the leaf surface. So I like this plant because it's got a more compact size than regular Pittosporum tenuifolium, but also the foliage tonality is interesting too. I'm going to show you some newer plants that I've planted in my side yard, and you'll get more of that coloration I'm referring to. This is the better shot of the variegation with the white on the leaves. You can see here that the newer leaves, there's a lot of new growth happening right now. This is mid-August, and so they're doing a nice flush of growth. But before that happened, there's the variegation that makes this plant unique. Here it is on this plant too. See how nice and white that is, and it looks kind of like somebody took spray paint and just misted the top of the plant with it. So I'm using this. These are about 1-year-old plants from 5 gallon over here, and they're about 3 feet to 4 feet tall so far, and I'm planting a little screen here. But this is, and also you can see how happy they are. I mean, the new stems too on Pittosporum tenuifolium varieties tend to have these dark brown to blackish lacy stems, and you can see it moving in the wind, how nice that is. It's a really nice texture. And also look how dense this plant is. I've been tipping these as they've been maturing, and I'm getting a lot of density out of them as a result of that. Whenever I say tipping, I break off the tip of the plant, the stem, and then you see how this divides. You get more side branching, and so you get a fuller plant as a result of that. You see in there that more mature stem, that's where a cut occurred, and you get about 5 or 6 different side stems branch out as a result, and that way you get this full look to the entire plant as they start to fill out, and you get a denser, more supportive structure. So that's Pittosporum Irene Patterson, a really nice addition, interesting foliage. And you know, when you've got in design, when you need some green screen foliage for a fence line or whatever it is you need that for, I just think it's more interesting to put a plant in that has the potential to give you this kind of interest versus entirely using green foliage plants. So think about that when you're doing your design, is how can I make it a little more interesting than just the typical you know, Prunus caroliniana or privet or something like that. You mix it up a little and make your whole plant design a little more interesting.